Improving the water tightness of the front Hobie Island hatch. The first thing I did was to increase the tension on these bungee cords. Originally, well, they might have been installed too long, or they might have been worn out. These bungee cords would reach all the way down here, and I'd only have to pull them 2 inches to reach down here. Didn't provide much tension on the hatch. So what I did is unscrew these bits here, which, by the way, the Hobie tool just for these bits will not release. I had to take a pair of needle nose pliers in those 2 little holes and turn that out of there. But once you get that out of there, you pull about 3 inches of the bungee cord out and re-knot it and let it go into the fitting, and cut the remaining off, and then screw that fitting back in. And this will allow the band to be much tighter. I got to pull it almost 4 inches here before it'll pull over the latch or the catch, and that provides much more tension on the cover. Even after tightening up these straps, I found out that the lid wasn't going down far enough for this seal to seal against the hull of the boat. And the second thing I did was to remove this inner seal. You think that's counterproductive? Well, I'll tell you why I did it. I found removing this seal actually allows this hatch to drop down further and allows the original hatch seal to seal it off. This seal was actually holding the lid up too high, and it wasn't allowing this seal to come all the way down against the hull. Whether this is a problem on your Hobie or not, I don't know. It was on mine. And then after I took it off and rode it a couple times, it actually sealed pretty darn good. I'd have to get into some pretty rough seas before it leaked. And that fix alone was probably the greatest fix for reducing the water leakage coming into my front hatch in wild water conditions. Well, the reason that this inner seal wasn't sealing, you'd say, well, this inner seal should be sealing if that outer seal wasn't. Well, that's not true either, because this is rounded where the inside of this hatch is angled. You got an angle here meeting a round edge. So this round edge would never go up into this angle, both the front and the rear. It was leaking past the seal. The seal was not reaching into this crevice, this angle. The last fix I did was to add a second seal. Now, how did I do that? Well, now that the hatch and its seal are sealing against the hull, that was only a single seal. So I made a second one. I'm allowed this edge to seal against foam that I installed underneath the hatch cover. Now, you can't just simply put one piece of foam in here. You have to shim the angles at the front and rear, where this is angled and this is round, so you don't end up with a space here. So two little squares of the same foam I put at the front and rear before I put this one piece of foam in there. This foam is sleeping pad foam, as in the camping section at Walmart. And I simply contact cemented this in place. I did apply a little silicone grease along here just to add for a waterproof seal and waterproofness. And now, as you can see, the whole rim seats all the way around this foam. And this foam is only about 1/4 inch thick, and still allows the hatch, the original hatch seal, to drop down far enough to seal against the hull. You simply added an inner seal underneath there as a second backup. And now I've had no water leaking in this hatch, none at all. Tightening the bungees, removing this inner seal that kept the hatch from sealing down on the hull, and I added foam inside to seal against the edge of the whole hull. In between those 3 fixes, I have removed any water leaking from this hatch. Hope this helps you out with your Hobie.